Hi Moglets. Today we're taking a quick look at Kinich. We'll also be doing a sort of mini pre-farm guide in case you just came here to know what his materials are. Let's start with that. Starting off, being a Dendro character, he'll need the Dendro chunks. This is the fully max him to level 90. 168 Saurian Claw Succulents. Interactive map says there's only 77 of these. Lots of fangs from the Saurians, so you'll really be wanting to spam those enemies. 46 of the Overripe Flame Granites, which we get from the new Gluttonous World boss. And that is pretty much it all the way to level 90. As for his signature weapon, if you also want to raise that, we'll need these masks from the new Domain of Forgery, Ignited Stone and its upgrades from the new Avatars of Lava elite enemies, and more whistles from the common enemies, the Tribal Warriors here in Natlan. As for talents, we'll need the Kindling books, as well as more drops from the Saurians, these fangs. Past level 6, you'll need drops from the newest weekly boss, the Knave, Denial and Judgment in particular. If you also want to start preparing his build, I do think Obsidian Codex is going to be great for him as well. He is a DPS, 40% crit rate is kind of insane, and just a nice little 15% damage bonus on the 2-piece set. Oh, okay, so his first passive here is pretty interesting. I've been wondering how this guy works well with Emily, and it might be because of his first passive here. Basically, when Kinich is hitting burning opponents, or they're in this desolation state, whatever, he will get Night Soul points from that. The rest of his kit does seem pretty interesting as well, but we can boil him down to a Dendro DPS. He doesn't seem to do anything in the way of supporting other team members, except maybe with a Dendro application with his burst, because this lasts 15 seconds. Basically, his dragon just comes out and does some attacks, but I think what we're gonna do is basically just play around with him, and you'll see how he works. First though, I do wanna check out his special movement mechanics. So we got his E, we can just press that, and we can actually press it again. Yeah, and he can get some really big air that way. I think most of us are used to that already because of these guys. You know, they can essentially do the same thing. 2 grapples, and then they fall down. This guy also has a double jump though, and you can jump again after each grapple. So definitely can get a bit more air with the actual bro here, but almost as good. Plus we can glide. Also, another cool thing with his movement mechanics is that while you're gliding, you can actually swap to him to do that. That's pretty sick. Super unfortunately, this only works in Natlan, as with like all of those special swap things. All of these Natlan characters are so nice for exploration, but like so much better specifically in Natlan than the rest of the world. Like, look at that. That's cool, and he gets like a little speed boost. Dude, that's so awesome. I mean, I do see this 1100% multiplier here. I imagine that's gonna be his big attack. To actually enter the Night Soul's Blessing, we have to actually attack someone with E like that, and then we're like attached to them, which is really cool. And then we can basically just do this. He does already have full Night Soul points, so we can go ahead and do his Cannon Blast attack there for a 48. Honestly, pretty damn good for being completely solo here. Also against this thing, which I would guess has some sort of Dendro resistance. But yeah, he does seem to be very, very single target focused. Like probably one of the most single target focused characters. I don't want to put too much emphasis on the damage numbers because yeah, we're solo right now. One other thing I just noticed is that when he's actually attached to this grapple thing, he can just glide over water like this, which is pretty sick. That was definitely an 87k there. I'm not sure if that's actually a good strategy because I tried to do the E there and just fell into the water, but pretty cool, I guess. Since I do want to show some team play here, we'll go ahead and take a look at his stats as well. 77 crit rate with the set active, 192 crit damage. I'm just gonna be using the pre-built set they gave me, which seems fine to me. Crit damage, Dendro, attack percent. We will also keep him at C0, 888 talents. Honestly, the main thing I did want to try out is Emily and the Burning Team. Something like this, I guess. I don't think this is going to increase Kenich's personal damage very much, but Binboy is there and can provide a lot of attack. Kinich is an attack scaler, so that's good. Maybe a Burgeon team would be better. We'll be trying out some more stuff for the real showcase. Again, this is just an early look, don't take it so seriously. So we're just gonna start with plopping down Emily's E, going to Benny there. Unfortunately, Shanling just does not have her ultimate ready, so probably should have made sure of that first. All right, but I guess we can go ahead and do it now, and then just press E and start spamming away until we have full energy there. Let's do his burst, see how that looks. Okay, that's a pretty cool animation. Okay, it also has not a very long range. Like, boss is just over there, but the dude's firing randomly. So it might not be great for enemies that move around a lot, or if you have to move around a lot. Oh, that's also cool. He can just pick up those fruits like the animals can. Okay, well, we can just ignite them with pyro, of course. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, with burning, he can do lots of E's. That was actually pretty impressive. Also, I'm noticing because of how much he moves around, I'm not sure Benny's like the best one either. Like, you can probably manage it somehow. Why did that guy just run away though? Okay, what the hell is he doing? You can like kind of manage it. You do keep Binny's attack boost for like 2 or 3 seconds. I forgot which one it is after you leave the ring. So as long as you go back in there, you know, as soon as you can, as soon as you leave, it's not that big of a deal. What about his idle animations? I usually don't pay attention to those, but he seems like a pretty interesting character. Okay, he's gambling, doing a little bit of gambling. Very cool, very cool. What else you got? Oh yeah, okay, I've already seen this one. His little pixel dude comes out to harass him. Yeah. That is actually really cute. I do just want to take a quick look at his constellations just out of curiosity. Ooh, can we just get C1 real quick? No, I have to save that for the Talented Constellation review so I can compare. Oh man, that looks so nice though. After you land from his swing, his movement speed will be increased by 30% for 6 seconds. Again, I love exploration characters because Abyss for me hasn't been a problem for years. Like exploration characters are kind of goated, but also of course his E, the big attack he does when he has the full Night Soul points, his crit damage is increased by 100%. So that should increase your damage quite a lot anyway. Oh, and then C2 has 30% Dendro res reduction. We do honestly have a lot of that already, but still res reductions are still very powerful. Oh, and his big attack on C2 has increased AoE and the damage increased by 100%. Damn, C2 also sounds insane. So I guess if you do have a grouper, he probably can have some AoE capabilities. It just depends like what you're fighting. If it's a group of smaller enemies, then like probably sometimes. It depends on how much the AoE increases at C2 though. He does still very much seem like a almost purely single target character. He literally attaches himself to one character, you know? C4, also a trend I'm noticing, energy regen and burst damage. It was the same for Mualani and for a lot of other characters that I can remember. C4 is almost always mid for some reason, probably mostly to keep the, you know, C1 and C2 guys away from the C6 guys. That's just a theory though. Oh, okay, of course, at C6 he does become an AoE character then. His big attack, the Scale Spiker Cannon, will bounce between enemies. It says once at least, but that already makes him way more insane for AoE. His constellations are kind of similar to Mualani's, especially C2, which was kind of more like Mualani's C1 in that it's only the first E he does when entering E mode that has the AoE and damage increased. Unfortunately, in his case, C6 doesn't make every shot, you know, buffed like Mualani's did with C6. But I think he has a lot of other good stuff in here, like the Dendro res reduction, the movement speed, and the crit damage increase. I did kind of want to save like a bulk of the team showcases and stuff for the showcase, but I do want to try a spread team actually, as probably the last thing we'll do for now. This won't really take advantage of his passive, but this might be interesting to compare how fast he can do his spike shot with a burning opponent versus without. Oh, that's so cool though. All right, let's see here. We can get his E very, very fast. Look at that. Look at that go. It is doing some decent damage as well. Like I did see at least 180k in there or something, which was nearly the same as solo, but yeah, we basically just had the Benny attack boost. I'm not even sure how well this Benny is built here on this account. 756, definitely lower than it could be. He has Sapwood Blade. Oh, and my boy is C0, lol. Yeah, that's more like it. Now, I just saw a 150 in there. This thing almost died from one little rotation there, and we didn't even have Shanling's burst. We get the E very fast on a burning opponent. Gotta farm ultimates first. Let's just see, okay, dude was burning there for a second. Yeah, it does definitely take a noticeably longer time to shoot off an E without a burning opponent. Boom, got a 170 in there. Let's just keep going. In fact, if you place Benny Ring appropriately on a single target at least, he just kind of goes around it. No, I don't think Shogun does enough Electro for all the Dendro we're applying. That's the issue here. I am pretty sure Kenich's little shots, you know, before he does his E, are considered normal attacks, so we can try Fischl. I definitely did see spread pop up there, but that could also be Nahida doing that. I guess we should also be trying to incorporate Kenich's ultimate, so we're just gonna do that after we go into the Night Soul plays. So we're just gonna do Nahida's burst, no E for now, just to experiment a bit here. So yeah, we'll go in there. We'll probably do like one E first, maybe, and then go ahead and do his burst. Although his burst, I think, is also the one taking the spreads now. Ah, that's so annoying. Ooh, there was a 190. I think that's the highest we've seen so far. Yeah, I'm really not too sure right now. I think I'm gonna definitely have to experiment with him some more. All right, one more team because I'm too dumb to figure out how this one works. Hyperbloom has always kind of been hard to mess up in my experience. And we're just gonna do that and start blasting away, I guess. Yeah, boom. I mean, he's still doing respectable damage actually. Yeah, but we can't get all the Hyperblooms while spinning around. So I guess that's another thing. The dude did almost die from one rotation again, so I think I do want to actually try Xingqiu instead of Yelan just because he does more Hydro. It did feel like we were not producing that many cores. All right, let's try and pay attention to those Dendro cores. I mean, these definitely do count as normal attacks. Huh. I mean, I guess a slightly closer-ish. I mean, the problem with this boss in particular is that he goes invisible pretty quickly and just stops taking a lot of damage. There is something, unfortunately, just like a little funky with every boss, like some weird mechanic that it's hard to get consistent results on. Okay, new dragon guy was like easily one rotation. We still had some stuff going on there. Yeah, okay, whatever. I think I'm done for now. We will look at some more stuff for the actual showcase. Early impressions though, he does seem really cool. I mean, honestly, mostly just for the movement mechanics, like that's really awesome. Dendros are also historically very strong, so I imagine when I get a little bit better at using him or figure out a really good team for him, he will be incredibly strong as well. But yeah, let me know what you think about him in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.